gamers, it's Professor Meg here, and today I want to talk about Vagrantsong. Alright guys, you know how this goes. This is another first impression. I took far too long to make this video. We are quite a few scenarios in. This isn't exactly how many, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're 6 scenarios in then. So I've been playing it for a little bit, but this is my thoughts on Vagrantsong. I have been having a lovely time with this game. Immediately I'm gonna let it cut to some shots, some B-roll, some beautiful gaming goodness to feast your eyes. This game is gorgeous. Hands down, I'm sure if you're interested in it, that's what grabbed you, was the way it looks. And honestly, that's all I needed from this game. The standees are acrylic, so they look absolutely beautiful, and honestly, just aesthetically, I would have been happy with them stopping there. But the way this game plays, you're all playing characters, so you're playing your own person on the train, a vagrant, obviously, and you have different abilities, and you have slots where you can put your abilities. So it kind of also locks you into, you know, you can have 2 right side abilities and 2 left side abilities, so you can only swap them out for certain ones, which gets a bit tricky, and honestly, it's not that many abilities. And then the other thing is when you're playing, you can only use it if you haven't used it the turn before, if your little token isn't already on that spot, which makes it very tricky. That another step to this game is as you start taking hit points, you have a hit point track, and you can take a certain amount of wounds, and then after you've taken all the wounds, you go bad. Westbound, I think. It hasn't happened to any of us yet. Thank goodness. Cross your fingers. But as you start, you know, taking wounds, you're flipping those ability cards. So you're losing access to them as you're taking damage, meaning you can't fight as good, but you're already hurt and you're trying to get yourself through the situation. It is tougher than I thought it would be with how it looked. So going back to how beautiful it is, it was a lot trickier and a lot thinkier, and a lot more strategy involved and harder, and we were taking damage than I thought this game would give. So I am very impressed and satisfied with the battles that this game has been giving. And by battle, one of the coolest parts is instead of attacking something, instead of trying to do damage to it, instead you are restoring humanity to a haint. So these haints are ghosts and they're stuck on this train forever, and you are trying to restore their humanity and help them move on. It's a really cool concept. You feel like you're doing good even when you're doing bad, you know, against the enemy. You're not actually attacking them, you're just trying to help. It has been a great, lovely time. The one thing I will say is that you get certain rewards at the end of the scenario. So you get certain coins that you can spend for different things. And the things you can buy is like additional junk, which are like items. You can buy more of those action cards to swap out. And you can also heal yourself, which is a main function of the game. So you're taking those wounds throughout the game. Sometimes you heal them if you can, but if you can't, those wounds carry over to the next scenario. And you need to heal those wounds, or you start with them when you start the next round, the next game. So as 2 players, we decided to change and dual wield, as I call it. So we're playing 2 characters each instead, because it just felt like you weren't going to get as many rewards as you would want, you know, unlocking things and that kind of stuff if you were only playing 2 characters. So that's my only thing about the game, which is something that I've been running into lately in a lot of co-op campaign style games, that for 2-player, if you want the full experience, you really have to play 2 characters, which I don't love, because then you can kind of pit one character against the other and like set up moves and really help yourself. It kind of takes away a little bit of the complexity because you're using 2 characters to support each other. But I want to unlock everything, let's be real. I need every check, I need every sticker, I need every hidden box, every hidden envelope. I have to open them. So if that means I need to play 2 characters, you know I'm gonna do it. So yeah, that's honestly my only complaint so far. The battles have been really tough. I feel like the mechanics are balanced really well. A lot of the things that happen are based around this bindle. Can grab it? So you have this little bindle, and it has tokens inside. And you can get the tokens which do different things for you, but also the main hate, this is how they take their action. So you take your turn, and then you would go to the hate and you would draw one for them. Let's see. This one's a salt. It's a little salt pile because you're very witchy. And then you would use this to determine which action they're doing. There's a little chart that will tell you for each token what action they'll take. And I think that this has been balanced really well. The tokens are different amounts. I don't know if I could tell you. Let's see. There's 3 apples and 4 salt at a glance. So there you go for how different they are. That I just feel like this game works really smoothly. Oh, you know what? That's not true because some people have salt in their inventory. So there's more. But I just feel like it's all fed into itself really well. You know, with the amount of hit points the hates are set at, you have to break them. So you have to, say they have 20 hit points, you have to do it 3 or 4 times. And I feel like every time it has been timed really well and well balanced. I'm really impressed so far. I'm really loving this one. So if you have been interested in Vagrantsong, I hope this showed you a bit more about what it's like and why I enjoy it. And if those are things you wouldn't like in a game, maybe don't check this one out. But if this sounds up your alley, it is very cool. I guess the one last thing I will say is if you are playing with children, this guy's a great example. Okay, this guy, he has like skin hanging. He has hangy skin. He's a ghost, and he has, like, skin situation going on. Too much of it, and it's hanging places. So, stuff like that is going to happen. And I will be honest, I have gotten squeamish quite a few times playing this. So that's my only disclaimer. If you have someone who gets, like, scared at this kind of stuff, or squeamish, or whatever, that may bother them, but it's all in the flavor text as well. I didn't realize that about him until they said it, and then I looked. So if you do really want to play it and that stuff scares you, maybe have someone else read the important parts to you. But it wasn't too much for me, so I don't think it could be too much for you. I really love this one, and I can't wait to... I'll do a check-in, maybe when we're about halfway through. I'll let you guys know how the campaign's been going. But for those that are curious as well, I've been playing the Empress and the Cursed Girl. The Cursed Foot Girl, something like that. She is pretty cursed. She gets wrecked pretty often. I don't know how or why, but the enemies know that she's the cursed one. Oh, she's the cursed bearer. Here she is. She's very cool. But let's be real, I'm an Empress through and through. This is my main personality. I will go first, I will attack, I will do a ton of damage, and maybe crit extra. That's how I play. So thank you guys for checking this out. Let me know if you like more first impressions. I really love doing these. I like talking on the fly. So let me know other games that you've seen in my collection that you'd like me to try out and do a video like this for. And I will see you next week. Bye.